Hey guys, it's Harleywood here. Today I am upgrading. If you've seen my bug out bag video or my get home bag video, you'll know that I use the Maxpedition Falcon II to keep all of my gear in. I did a winter overnighter test where I took everything in that bag and just went out in the woods with nothing other than that and survived for a very cold night. It was a great learning experience, so check out that video. I'll put a link right over here to that. But one thing that I realized was that I was very limited in space with this bag. This bag was great when I first started, and I'm not trying to get too heavy with it, but I do feel that it's missing just a little bit more space that I've found to be pretty critical, especially if I'm going to add a sleep system to this, which if you watch that overnighter video, you'll see that that's one of the biggest things I learned, was that I needed a sleep system, whether it's a hammock or a tent or whatever. And I didn't have a sleeping bag either. So while I could roll them up with under these compression straps here, this bag was just being stretched to its limits as far as the capacity. So I've upgraded. This is the Maxpedition Zafar, Z-A-F-A-R. It's also identical to the Xantha, except for the Xantha's a little bit bigger. So if you're wanting a review of either one, watch this and you'll know what you need to know about both. So let's talk about the dimensions, since that's the biggest reason that I'm upgrading. The Falcon II is 10 inches by 12.5 inches wide and 17.5 inches tall. It is 1,300 cubic inches. The Zafar, though, is a 1,700 cubic inch bag, so I get 400 cubic inches there. It's 13.5 inches long, 12.5 inches wide, and 21 inches high. So I'm gaining about 4 inches on the height and a couple inches in the height and the width. And that adds up to that 400 cubic inches. So a little bit different between the two, but as is expected with Maxpedition, everything is top quality. I mean, you can see that the grab handles here are overlapped and double stitched. Great box stitching on everything. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect from Maxpedition. There is nothing that they've done different that I can tell as far as how they build these. Same high quality. But let's talk about some of the compartments that it has and some of the different features. So one of the biggest things is this has an internal frame. It has a plastic insert in here to help keep it rigid. You can see that I can bend it, but it does have additional support, and you can kind of hear it popping in there. It also has the padding here for your upper back, as well as padding in your lumbar, and a very nice waistband strap. The straps are almost identical to what is on the Falcon II, so no real difference there, including all the D-rings and all of that stuff. The waist strap on the Falcon II is a very thin, it's got a nice buckle on it, but it's just a very thin nylon webbing. On here, though, you get these nice waistbands that come around, and they do have pockets on them, and this was one of the coolest things that I thought, because it puts something that you might need more often, more readily available. Puts it right on your waist. So again, this lumbar support, I don't know if you can see how thick that is, but that's a good 1/2 inch to 3/4 thick pad there. Great shoulder straps, everything is stitched really nicely. I can't see any issues with this. Another nice thing that I like is it has water bottle compartments on both sides. Okay, and right behind each of the water bottle compartments you have this zipper here. So you pull this down and it allows you to get in just right behind the water bottle compartment. Kind of cool. It extends all the way up to here, to the front edge. I don't know if you can see in there, but that is a very nice space. Same thing on both sides. You have one on this side as well. Okay. Here on either side you have the openings for your hydration system. If you have a tube that you want to bring out and run down through the straps, you do have that opening on either side. The Falcon, you put the water bladder in through this little pocket in the back. On this one, you actually put it in in the main compartment. If you open up the main compartment, you can see there's a zipper at the top. And I know this is kind of hard to see on the video. There's a zipper on the top. There is that rigid plastic in there. There you go. You can see that rigid plastic in there, and it is removable. If you just undo this strap, you can pull that thing right out of there. Okay? But that is also where the water bladder goes. So while we're in this main compartment, let's take a look. One thing that I noticed when I first opened this up was this little pouch that's hanging on the inside here. And if you look on the outside, there is a zipper to get into that pouch. This is what they advertise as your sunglasses pouch. It's a very plush, soft material. Puts your sunglasses on the inside, keeps them protected. And in my Falcon II, I had this pouch that I kept my glasses in just to make sure that they didn't get crushed or anything. What I'll probably do is keep them in here, but if I can fit it, I haven't tried this yet, but I'll probably slide this down inside of here. So also inside of here, let's close that pouch up with the support system. You have a nice deep pocket in the back here. It goes all the way to the very, very bottom. Now, one thing that I noticed about this that is not the same and that I did like about the Falcon II was that this does not open all the way up. It does not, you can see the zippers stop right there. Okay, so in the whole height of this, the zippers stop right here. So it's about half, maybe a little bit more. On the Falcon, however, let's open up these compression straps. On the Falcon, you can zip this bad boy all the way open. Okay, zippers go all the way to the bottom and even start to curl under a little bit. And the Falcon has all these mesh pockets on the inside, but so does the Zafar. So let's and it's going to be a little harder to show you, but here is one of those mesh pockets, very, very deep inside of here. And like I said, it has this pouch here that is not the same pouch as the water bladder area. And this is very deep, goes all the way to the bottom. Again, the Zafar is 21.5 inches deep. So that is the main area. And let's close up the sunglasses pouch and open up the front. So in the front, this also goes all the way to the bottom of the bag. You have two mesh pockets here and a mesh pocket on the front side here with key ring holders and stuff like that sewn in. That's it. I mean, it's not as compartmentalized as the Falcon is. You know, the Falcon has this pouch here, this pouch here, it has this area in here, and then it has the main area in here. So this, I feel like, was a little bit more compartmentalized, which was nice because I kept relevant things in each of those compartments. I would keep all of my clothing system was in this middle section here, and then all of the fire kit, water, canteens, and everything else was in this back compartment. So I'm not going to be as compartmentalized with this. I have a feeling I'm going to take and stuff all of my clothing materials and my bedding down in the bottom of this thing. But again, I could probably... There's a good illustration right there. I just put the Falcon II with no problem completely inside of the Zafar. I mean, no problem at all. Didn't have to squish it down. It almost fit in there perfectly. Look at this. Fit in there perfect. So that gives you an idea of exactly how big this thing is. That's probably the best illustration you're going to get, especially if you already have one of these. What else can I say? It's got a nice hook area, or excuse me, loop area here, so if you want to put some of your patches on. It does have compression straps all over the place, a nice rubberized bottom. These would be great for, again, tying on a sleep system if you wanted to put your sleeping bag under here. Really like these pockets that go behind here. I love having two water bottle areas. When my wife and I recently went on a cruise, I took my Kodiak gear slinger, and it only has a water bottle on one side, so I had to put her water bottle in the side because she's pregnant, so I had to have it more available, and I had my water bottle on the inside. We typically didn't even drink one whole bottle by itself, but nevertheless, this is cool to have them both. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing loaded back up, put it back in my truck, and that is my new and improved get home bag, the Maxpedition Zafar. I believe the retail price on it, I got this at Going Gear, and I'll put a link below. I got this at Going Gear for $215.99. There are millions of coupon codes out there that they'd give for an extra 10% off. I used Sootch's coupon code. I believe it's Sootch00, SOOTCH 00. You can either use that on their website, or you can go right into the store and do it like I did. I don't live too far from there. And let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Nope, I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, post them in the comment field below, and don't forget to subscribe.